Hey cherubs, Lily here, jumping in to do you guys a reading. Hope you're all doing really well. Let's see what wants to come through for today, and let this reading be for the highest good of all who are connecting. So let's just see. Just watching a little ant at the moment. Well, he's not that little, he's medium-sized ant. Okay, so we've got this one. This story is this fairy tale is Bluebeard 22 Bloody Key Unlocking. Wow, that's a pretty full-on energy to begin with. I don't know if you guys know the story of Bluebird. I have read it before from the book, what's it called? She Runs with Wolves, or whatever that book's called. I've read the story there and I was horrified. It's not a pretty story, but let me just see what else wants to come through. What's coming to me, and this is quite possibly separate from that story because I do need to revisit it to remember the story, but what is coming to me with this is that, well, for starters, it's a 22. 22 is a master number, so it's from this, it can be from experiences that we find very difficult, challenging, even traumatizing in life, that we can, after a while, build a new foundation from that space. But let's just see what else comes from that. I'm just getting also too, like, including all aspects of your story, because this deck of cards is based on fairy tales, and you know, it's like a combination of stories. And it's like, you know, sometimes we go through phases in our life that are very uncomfortable or very unpleasant or painful or sad or whatever it is. But as we move forward, we can never really dismiss that part of our journey, because it adds up to the totality of who we are becoming, and strengthening us in so many ways. And I feel like that's part of the key, as you know, bloody as it is, you know, worded here. But let's just see what else. So if you are someone who's going through a hard time right now, whatever that is, just know that you won't be in that space forever, and that you will move through it and begin a new foundation of experience in your life. Okay, so the next card we got is 37, Rumpelstiltskin, Spinning Straw, Impossible Task. So that, you know, seems like, you know, you might have just listened to what I said, and that actually in itself seems like an impossible task, like beginning again, starting anew. But you know, here with the spinning, this is like the wheel, you know, it turns. And also this is reminding me of co-creation and the divine feminine energy, because, you know, colors gold and green. Well, it reminds me of the masculine and the feminine, actually, because we do need both those energies working together within us to create. We need structure and flow. So but what I was going to say is, you know, it may seem like an impossible task, that the wheel is going to turn and something new is going to begin. If you are in a very challenging space, or if you've hit rock bottom, you just may not have that belief that things can change. So let's just see, we've got a little stack of cards here that's turned over, so let's just see what they are. We have Snow White Glass Coffin, Rebirth. Now that's in reverse, so it is a process, you know. It's a deep dive. We go into the depths, and I feel like too, because there's a bear in this, I love that there's a bear in this card. This is the first time I'm seeing this image, by the way, but yeah, it's like when you are in that place of transformation, and you know, before you kind of make that breakthrough where you are feeling good again, and like things have changed or things have turned, it's important to be nurturing to yourself. So, you know, it could feel like being in a void space, because Snow White, you know, everyone thought she was dead and she wouldn't come back to life and things like that. But whatever, she was in this void space. And even with this apple, like, it reminds me of a love heart. And that cracks me up, because every time I bite an apple, it's like comes out the shape of a love heart too. So I don't know, weird. The next card we had was Beauty and the Beast, Compassion. And that was also in reverse. So yeah, it's like be compassionate and nurturing to yourself if you are in that place where it does feel challenging. And also the challenge there when you are in that space can be to be compassionate to yourself and nurturing to yourself. That's part of the challenge for many people. So then on the side we have this card, which is Rumpelstiltskin again. And it's 39 riddle, be open to possibilities. Okay, so this is showing a shift in perspective, that things are not fixed this way or this way, it's in process. And this is sort of symbolizing too the wheel turning. Can kind of see there's that similar imagery of a wheel in the background from the Rumpelstiltskin card I showed before. So it's in process. You can make a shift in your perspective of how you're seeing yourself and your situation. And there's also things that you can do to shift your mindset and shift your personal energy. So that's those. Let's see what tarot story wants to come through. We still, we're still in the energy of the full moon in Sagittarius as well. So it's like this could be an opportunity for a major shift as far as your own perspective about which direction you're going, in whatever area of life is resonating with you around that. But let's see what the tarot story is. Highest message from the highest light. We've got the Two of Swords, and then we've got the Eight of Cups. Yeah, so it's like you may not be able to make a decision at this point, and that's okay. You may not be able to decide one way or the other, but I feel like too that is in process with the Eight of Cups on the side. You maybe sort of leaning more towards one way is what I'm getting. You may be leaning towards a way, or you're encouraged to lean towards something that will inspire growth and what would inspire your environment to flourish. Because I'm just thinking of frogs too, like frogs flourish in healthy environments, and the same goes for us as well. Like our environment matters. So you may be leaning towards moving to something that feels good, like Eight of Cups is walking towards something that's going to light you up and feels inspiring. So it feels like that's the way you're leaning. Then on the bottom, I'm seeing the Ten of Wands. So this is showing that, there is a new foundation coming through, which is what I said at the start with that number 22 about the opportunity to build something new here. And with the Ten of Wands, it's like, yeah, we've ended something from the past has ended and we begin again. Yeah, I'm seeing the number 220. So again, we've got the 22 there, master number. Yeah, and I feel like it's key because then you've got 221 and then 14. So 14 is movement, 21 is a key, and then 22 master number, and also building. And this could be like building in partnerships as well. So whether it's a love partner or a business partnership, or just a friend, whatever, just building together. So let's see. Whoa, okay, we've got this one fly out, which was Judgment. This one's on the side as well. So again, it's speaking of the process of shedding the skin, and moving into making a decision that feels in alignment. I was just getting to there may be a lot of spiritual support that you're calling on as well. We've got the Fool in reverse, and then the Five of Pentacles, and then the Three of Cups. So there's a great energy about expansion, celebration, connection that's aligned and divine with the three there. This is like a coming home energy, feeling very included, supported. But why is this Fool card here in reverse? Maybe just because this journey hasn't, no, I don't know. Of course the journey's been already happening, but it may feel like it's on pause at this moment. But let me see. Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It could be just that you're taking a moment just to just to self-care and enjoy what is. This feels like this Nine of Pentacles in the context of this reading feels very much harvest energy to me. It could be a time of integration, a time of self-nurture and looking after you before you take that journey forward to connect, expand and grow with others. So yeah, let's just see anything else. Oh, that'd be the way, wouldn't it? It always happens in a reading, I tell you. Someone's got to start up some kind of mower. But we'll keep going. 10 of Swords. So yeah, again, another 10. So this is cycles completed, which means new ones begin. On the bottom, you've got the 4 of Wands. So this is part of the Ascension path as well. Again, this speaks of partnerships. It can be twin flame energy as well, or a deep soul connection that you have with someone. Sorry about the noise, guys. What can you do? Well, I could stop it, but I don't want to. 1111. All right, so here we've got the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, and then the Ace of Swords, and then the King of Swords and the Sun. So what this is that new opportunities and new doors are just about ready to open. That makes sense to why this Fool card was showing in reverse, because it's just like, yeah, the journey's there, but this door is not quite opening yet, but it's all in the flow. Then you've got the Ace of Swords, and you're going to, this is bringing it back to the start where you see how all your experiences have come together and help you to speak your truth, stand in your truth, and follow your own soul's knowing about what is inspiring and honest to your own soul. Then you've got the King of Swords. You're going to have a lot of clarity around this, a lot of wisdom gathered along the way. And this is the soul energy showing up here with the Sun. So a lot of clarity around the soul, soul's happiness, what lights you up. Also the inner child feeling very connected as well. Okay, I'm going to wrap this reading up because of the noise. But let me just finish with one card. Or two. We got the Wolf. So instinctual wisdom and wildness. And then we've got the White Peacock, royalty and glory. Yeah, so I love this because this speaks to the truth of your soul. Like, how do you be wild and free? And how do you know how to walk alone and then also connect with others and be part of a pack, which is important at this time, like being parts of a group connected. This is a number 2 here. Now's not the time for walking alone. Yes, we can retreat and have our own space, but we need others at this time as we move forward. And then with the White Peacock, royalty and glory, that kind of just feels like when our soul is happy, when we're doing what's in alignment, then we can have this feeling, that feeling radiate. We can feel it, you know. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Sorry about the end of the reading. No, I'm not going to leave it there. I've got one more card for you, 1333. I just saw this is Polar Bear, determination and perseverance. So like I said at the start, if you are going through challenge and things that feel difficult, keep going, don't give up. All right, just remember you are loved and you are love. Okay, guys, talk to you soon. Bye.